So this is my first ever video on YouTube. So I'm going to unbox a watch from HMT Hindustan Machine Tools. This is one of my favorite watch brands. So I found it very late. Now we are in 2020, but I got exposed to it or started collecting these watches in 2018. Well, my first exposure was in my childhood because where my grandfather used to own a HMT. I don't exactly remember the the name, but I do remember the dial. So the dial is a white color dial, sunburst dial, but I don't really remember what model was that. I'm sure it's not an automatic. Now let's get to the point. What do we have here? So we have a box that we received in Indian Post because I bought this watch online from HMT website, official website. So I think that's the only way now we have to get the original watches, because there are still some watch stores or official HMT brand watch stores that survived with all the advent of the international brands and the mismanagement of HMT, but still there are a few in each of the big cities. But I'm really not sure whether they have the actual watches or not, because most of them that are on market are either Franken or either assembled out of HMT manufacturing unit. Because so I was talking to a watch collector and a watch enthusiast in Bangalore. So he told me this is pretty crazy to hear, and I was unable to believe. As everybody know that HMT is a government owned or a public sector company, but the problem with this company is that there was no proper bookkeeping. I hope that it's corrected now and they do a proper bookkeeping, but what he says is there is no proper bookkeeping, and since it's all in-house production and in-house manufacturing and assembling of each and every single damn bits and pieces of a mechanical or an automatic or a quartz watch, there's absolutely no bookkeeping, and everybody mismanaged the funds, everybody mismanaged the products and everything, and you have lots and lots of movements out in the market. People just acquire them from HMT manufacturing units. So I'm not saying that somebody's wrong, somebody's not wrong, but that's what has happened, and which is very unfortunate. So that's why I would suggest all of you to buy your favorite watch or models on the HMT website only. Now, but I think servicing, you can reach out to HMT showrooms that are available. So there are 3 showrooms in Bangalore. There is one in Hyderabad. So these are the only 2 cities that I've seen. So you can directly reach to them out. There was one more in Hyderabad, but that's closed now. There's only one in Hyderabad. If you Google it, the first showroom that you get is the HMT watch showroom, and you'll find a fine gentleman there, Mr. Khalil Ahmed, I guess. So he's very helpful. Right, now getting to this automatic watch. So pretty interesting is that this is the pretty much standard boxing that HMT does. I should say this is a premium boxing for HMT. People would think, why is the boxing not proper and all, but I think this is bang on, straight to the point. They don't care much about boxing, or they don't care much about how the watch is given or presented. You can see, I think it's pretty much clear. This is a normal rexine. I don't even think this is a rexine, but this is some sort of a plastic paper or something. I don't think you will find those in the market nowadays. So this was pasted to the box here. So the box, here we go. So inside this is a fine and smooth, some material, probably cloth, or again it's just a paper, but it's pasted. Looks good, looks classy, but I really did not like the fact that they have sent my watch in a plastic cover wrapped around it. but you know, it's okay that they have tried to keep the watch safe at least. So let's keep this, throw this aside. Now what else do we have in the watch? So we have a small warranty card that was sent to me. Since I bought it online, it's already stamped and everything. Let's see, it's written automatic and hand wound. Okay, it says I'm just going through the main points. It says plus 35 minus 15 seconds per day. You know, I wouldn't complain at the price point that I'm paying. I wouldn't complain that the accuracy ups and downs are too high or too low, so I'm happy with that. That's all it says. This is battery free, self-winding, eco-friendly, blah blah blah, all the same. So it has a stainless steel or black brass case, sorry, leather strap, and all of that regular same thing. So it just have a pretty much standard instructions, right? So all right, now that's enough. Let's get to the watch. So this is the watch. Oh, I think it's clear. My video is pretty clear. This is the watch. Okay, this is already ticking, probably with all the movement that I gave when it's in the box. All right, so this is a watch, and the model of this watch is HMT Vybhav. So you know, all the watch names of HMT are mostly pretty common names in India. Not in this generation though, probably the generation before mine. I'm a 90s kid, so all these names are pretty much common in 80s and 90s, I would say even in the 90s. So I'm a 90s kid, and I've seen growing up HMT watches on the wrists of my uncles, my grandfathers, and everyone around. Now, so I'll share the link of this watch. So it's advertised that this is an anodized case on this watch. Now when you see this watch on the website, the HMT doesn't present their products very well on the website. Again, as I told, I wouldn't say bang on straight to the point, but the website looks cheap, and they don't have a proper presentation as well on the HMT website. So on HMT website it looks like a black case. So I thought it's a black case, and since it was written it's an anodized metal or anodized material and it's a black case, so I was expecting it to be black. But to my surprise, there's a golden shade on it, you know, golden feel, yellow golden finish on it. I don't know how to put it in words, but I think you're looking at it and you're getting what I'm saying. You understand the color of it. So this is not exactly black, but there's gold sprinkled all over it, like how you have silver in the metallic finish, or the silver finish. This is kind of gold finishing. All right, now let's get to the details of the watch. So it's all gold inside. Again, the main dial is sunburst. Now you have HMT logo inserted into it, even that's in the gold. You can see, right? Now the seconds, minutes, and hours, and all three of them are gold. It's pretty much gold and black. We have date and week representation as well on the dial. So let's see. This is a watch that looks pretty good. This is a smaller dial, so it will be good on smaller wrists. So my wrist is anyway small. All these watches suit very well on my wrist. Now looking at the back, I think there's a cover, protection cover, that's given here. Okay, this is not something that I can remove. I mean, it's pretty much hard. It's giving out a gold reflection. So I've expected the back to be uh, um, a visible back where I will be able to see the skeleton, or where I will be able to see the movement, but I don't think this is a visible back or the exhibition back, how it's referred to. Now the belt, this is very bulky. The belt is really bulky. It looks good on your hand. I wouldn't say the best because the finishing is okay, but on the sides it's the side finishing of the belt gave away. They should have left it without any rubber or plastic coating on it. It kind of really spoiled it to me, but apart from that the belt is fine. But anyway, I'm going to replace this belt with an atter strap. I think an atter straps will look much better on this watch, giving it an uber cool vintage look. So all right, now let's see. I don't know, pretty much I don't know anything about the movement in this watch because I did not find any numbers that make sense. There are the popular automatic movements on that HMT uses are 6091, 6092, 6096, but those numbers are not mentioned here. All I have here on the back of the case says 8092711. I don't know what it means, and it's also written as SNG, but I think this is manufactured in Bangalore because it's written HMT and BL is written under it. Oh yeah, it's only a stainless steel back, so the case is not stainless steel. Probably that's brass. It should be brass or whatever on anodized material as they have advertised. Now I think the movement is a unidirectional movement and it's pretty loud when you move. Let me get it close to my mic. It's pretty loud when you move it. See, are you able to hear it? So it's pretty loud. Interestingly, I'm not able to hear the seconds hand ticking, and this is a unidirectional, and this is self-winding watch and mechanical winding watch. You can mechanically wind it as well. That's actually written in the piece of advice that they have given to us. All right, now the interesting thing what I found is the crown is really very inside, and you have to very carefully pull it out. Make sure that you don't pull it too hard. You might end up pulling it out totally. Now as you see, I'm changing the date and time. So when changing time, I can feel a little bit of ticking on the crown. I can feel on my fingers when I'm rotating that it's a machine and it's moving some levers or something inside. It's not free, it's not clear, how it will be with a normal quartz watch or other watches. So I have a Seiko automatic, but that's pretty much fine and clear. It doesn't have any resistance and it will rotate as you will. But this is not rotating as I will, but it's giving off a mechanical movement here. So that's one thing. Now second is when I try to adjust date or time. See, when I try to adjust date or time, whenever it changes, it ticks. Whenever as it changes, it ticks. I really don't like that in this. I don't like the ticking, and that tick is also not just a single and plain tick. It's irritating, when I'm turning. I really did not like that part in this watch. So I'm trying to wind it and see. So the power source or the power reserve of this watch is pretty much standard 40 hours, and as I told you, this could be the same movement that's used in Rajatar Kanchan, which are 6901, 6902 or 6906. Now so that is all I can get as my first impression on this watch. I am really not sure or I couldn't tell any further because I did not use this watch until now. And next time I'll try to find out what all these inscriptions means, and I'll try to find out what exact moment that's used inside. Yeah, that's all for now, guys. Adios.